What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love All American, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now today we're going to be talking about All American Season 3, Episode 19, the season finale. This is the recap, man, and like I just said, the season finale, I told you guys in my quick thoughts video that this felt like an episode of Monday Night Raw. It was on and popping between Spencer and of course Beverly. I mean, it was an all-out war. So we're definitely going to talk about that, as well as what happened to your girl Coop. You guys down below, let me know exactly how you felt about this episode. Of course, a lot of different things did happen, and I will say this: even though a lot of different things happened in this episode was very entertaining, in my opinion. Very entertaining. So let's begin. What did we see in episode 19? Well, we already know that Spencer and Olivia, they are official, but they're having trouble trying to, figure out a way to tell people, right? They thinking people are going to think this is a huge surprise, but it's not really no surprise at all. Of course, Simone is not surprised about this, but we know that Olivia and Spencer still are going to have some trouble trying to explain this to Asher and Layla. So that's the issue that they're trying to figure out right now. Simone is like, look, don't worry about all that. It's going to be all right. I mean, they're going to have to get over it. I don't think they're going to be surprised about the two of you making this official, which I don't think that's going to happen. Layla definitely did not seem like she showed a whole lot of concern about it. She was already expecting it, in my opinion. Now, I guess Layla is not going on tour with Coop to Las Vegas. And I'm like, really? I thought she was going. I don't know if she planned on going later on, but definitely on this first one, she is not going. She is telling her maybe she can ask Patience to go with her, which we know Patience will be attending the tour with Coop. Then we get some good news. Your boy Spencer, he has been accepted. Of course, he will be attending the All-American game. This is what he's been wanting for a long time. And once he got that letter, I'm like, okay, this has to be the All-American football game, which it was. He has great news. The episode started off with great news for everybody. Your boy Asher, he then got accepted. I believe it was Southern Cal or whatever. 4 years, fully paid. So Asher has great news. Spencer has great news. We know later on in the episode, Jordan will also be getting some great news. But we already know in All-American, everybody can just not have a great episode. There always has to be some drama. And speaking of drama, your boy Frosto, he has returned. And he's mad that Spencer is doing interviews, not in practice, talking about some mac and cheese. He's doing this All-American interview or whatever. And Coach Baker allowed him to do this. And I'm like, dude, I mean, you always on Spencer's case. Why don't you worry about yourself like Coach Baker told you to? Now, your boy Jordan, he's pissed off. He wants to be the starter of the football team. And you got to understand that he's telling her, he's telling Coach Montage this is probably his last chance to impress the coaches and stuff like that, the scouts. And she's like, look, you were injured. JJ's going to start, plain and simple. Get over it. Maybe you'll come in, but just don't worry about this right now. And of course, they have a full scrimmage, full contact football game, right? And of course, Asher takes a very crucial hit. I'm like, man, your boy Asher may not be able to play, but of course they got the x-rays back. He was good to play. Now Layla is struggling to try to get Carrie to her parents. She's going to need some help trying to do this. She's better than me, put it like that. Layla is better than me, because I would have booted her up out of there so quick, because she's a high risk. She's going to mess around and get Layla hurt. And Layla, of course, thinks the way that she's doing it is the best way, which we're going to find out is probably not the best way. Now, JJ and Jordan, they can't stop going at it. Non-stop the whole episode. Of course, JJ, he's pissed off that Jordan wants his spot back. And, of course, Jordan is like, look, I'm back. You can go ahead and just sit out or whatever. I should be starting. And Jordan, I don't get it. Like, why would you even mention what happened with you and Spencer? He's going to tell Asher about the, working out and, running the plays with Spencer. And I'm looking like, Jordan, you just slipped up. So you talking about snitching. You the main snitch. Now we get to Olivia and Spencer, and they reveal to Jordan that they are together. And Jordan is not surprised at all. He doesn't want to really see them making out. But being surprised, no. Everybody pretty much knows these two. They like each other, and they have a huge connection. Now Jordan gets his great news that he will be a reserve in the All-American game. So he will be playing alongside Spencer once again. And if he never really got hurt this season, Jordan would have probably been starting. I mean, it goes to show you that they was looking at him and he was having a great season. Then we get to Coop and Spencer. And they have, I would say, hopefully not, the final conversation. And of course, Coop and Spencer's like, look, we made it. We done did this. You know what I'm saying? You playing football. I'm going to be a rapper. Everything is going good. You're going to be an All-American. And it seemed good, but you can just tell that something was bound to happen. It just seemed too good, right? Of course, we haven't really seen Coop like that this season, but we know every time we did see her, she was always about her music. And of course, her and Spencer kind of squashed the things that they went through this season as well. We get to Asher and Coach Montage. And of course, Asher, he tells her exactly what happened. That Jordan and Spencer has been training together and that, Spencer knows all the plays. So now they got to go and figure out a way they can adjust and adapt to Spencer. Now, Asher, this storyline right here, just a small indication that he will probably be a coach, especially what happened to him in this episode. You can tell they're going to go the whole coaching route with Asher. That is my opinion. Now, the topic of conversation was about Jordan, looking out for Jordan. Everything was good at first, up until your boy Spencer decides to tell Coach Baker the truth. And that is that he's been helping Jordan train, get him ready for the season, the rest of the season. And of course, this is before the doctor had cleared him to play. Now, Coach Baker, he is pissed off, talking about you risked this, you risked that. Why did you do this? I'm very upset at you. I think he definitely overreacted, in my opinion. This was not a full contact type of a training. And to me, Spencer was doing this out of love because Jordan was going to train himself anyway, regardless. But I really think that he needed that mental therapy that Spencer was providing, being there for him. And Spencer even told him, look, I want to train you, but you got to make sure you go to my therapist or whatever, or get therapy. So Jordan was really going through it. Spencer definitely helped him more than hurt him, in my opinion. Of course, Olivia pops up at the wrong time. I mean, I guess she did not read the room. She did not understand that her dad was pissed off based off his facial expression. And of course, it was a very awkward scene, but he's very upset at Spencer for what he did. But I am glad that Jordan called Coach Baker out on all the bull crap that he's been pulling. I mean, this dude is dirty. He's been doing dirty stuff since the beginning of the series, doing all this stuff, illegal stuff for Jordan. Of course, getting Spencer in there to play for the team. I mean, of course, he acts like he hasn't done anything wrong. And, Jordan made a good point. What would you have done? He would have did the same thing if he was in his shoes. And Coach Baker, he knows this is the truth, but it is what it is. As I told you guys earlier, I feel like this was an overreacted scene. Coach Baker definitely did entirely too much. Now, Layla gets the news that Spencer and Olivia are official. She doesn't really react to it. I mean, she didn't really seem too surprised about it, but she was more concerned about how she's going to approach Carrie and get her to her parents. And Olivia pretty much says, look, you should do this in a friend approach. Maybe that will work, but at the same time, you need to be very, very careful around this girl. So Layla should already know that being around Carrie is very dangerous. Her mother has told her this, but hey, I guess Layla, she didn't see everything clearly. At least that's what it seemed based on her actions later on in the episode, and I will explain. Now, your boy Spencer, he's on the phone talking to Olivia, having a conversation about, her father being mad at him. She tells him it's going to be all right. He's going to get over it. Don't worry. Your boy Coach Baker is pissed off. He's telling Spencer to get up off the phone. Get out to the bus. It's time to go. I'm looking like, dang, this dude was really mad. Like, you really mad about this. Like, dude, calm down. It ain't that serious. Like I said, it wasn't even full contact, and he was helping your son more than anything. Then we get to Layla, and she tells Carrie, look, maybe, yes, we're going to go to Tahoe, but we need to, maybe just go to your parents first. And Carrie ain't trying to have it. But Layla ends up talking her out of it. Of course, they're going to go, and, Carrie says, look, if you come with me, that will be great. So now Layla is going to go with Carrie to go visit her parents, and then they're supposed to go to Tahoe. We know that's not about to happen. We know that Carrie is definitely going to be plotting and planning. She's going to be up to something, right? Then we get to the Monday Night War. Your boy JJ is having a conversation with Jordan about the plays, training with Spencer. He's pissed off. And then Spencer could have just stayed back But he decided to do what Spencer has done in the past. Walk up and try to address the situation. Try to solve this, right? But no. He does this and Jordan's like, look, you's a snitch. Why did you tell my dad about what we was doing? Spencer gets pissed off. He calls him a snitch. And Spencer's like, don't ever call me a snitch again. We got JJ going back and forth with Jordan. He going back and forth with Frosto. I'm looking like, man, these guys are all over the place. Y'all need to just stop and chill out. Y'all about to play the biggest game of your life. Jordan once again calls, Spencer's, he pretty much calls him out once again. Spencer's like, okay, this is what we gonna do. And Spencer pushes him. As soon as he pushes Jordan, a brawl breaks out. People was getting dropped off. Spencer was getting caught. Hell, Jordan was getting caught. Jordan caught Spencer, dropped him. Asher was in there dropping cats. It was all over the place. I'm looking like, man, like these cats was really mad. We got teammates going against teammates. I guess y'all don't want to play in this game from the looks of it. And you would think Spencer would have been like, man, I'm good. I'm going to stop. But no, Spencer was like, you know what? Let's go. We going to keep going, right? And that's exactly what happened. Now I'm trying to figure out where were all the coaches. Spencer gets laid out. Him and Jordan on the ground looking all crazy. But where is all the coaches? They just sat on the bus as the players walked out. What took them so long? Did not make any sense to me, but hey, that's just me. I would have thought that Coach Baker and Coach Montage and the whole coaching staff would have walked off the bus as soon as all the other players. Both teams, both coaches was on the bus, didn't make any sense to me. And then they all pissed off. Hey, I guess y'all wasn't doing your job, right? Then we get to Andre and Coop. Of course, she can already tell this dude is up to something. He's not allowing her to get into these boxes and get a shirt. He's not even going to ride on the tour bus. She knows something is up. She's been knowing this dude for a long time. She can read his face, and she does not trust him. Now, I'm glad Coop was able to catch this because it would have been all bad if she would have got pulled over or when she got pulled over and then they had all those drugs on this bus. All bad. But it's just sad how everything played out with Coop. Then Coach Montage, she's about to just throw the game, talking about we can just cancel it. Like, really? This is the biggest game of their life. Yeah, they did fight. I agree with Coach Baker. Yeah, it was a fight, but still, this is a moment that they're never going to forget. Let them go out there and play, get that frustration out, and call it a day. The referee comes and asks them, is everything cool? And then, of course, Coach Montage is like, yeah, it wasn't nothing. It was just a scuffle, nothing too major. Like, really? You was really ready to risk it all? The whole season for that scuffle? I understand it was bad, but still, if you got an opportunity to play, you need to get out there and play the game. Then we get to your girl Carrie. She is back. She done wrote her a note, and of course, Layla doesn't see anything. Layla is like blinded by Carrie. I don't understand it at all. Her awareness to be at an all-time high when it comes to being around this girl, in my opinion. Then we get to Coop. The bus gets pulled over. And Coop probably already knew this was going to happen, especially since she saw those drugs at the bottom of the bus. Now, good thing is Coop was able to eliminate those drugs, get them off the bus. But still, the way that it all planned out, I just don't understand why Coop did what she did later on in the episode. I would have still just gone ahead and hit Vegas, got my money, and just called it a day. But hey, that's Coop. This is usually what she does. She tries to address the issues or whatever. But to me, I feel like if I got money on the line, I'm getting to my money. Plain and simple. We'll handle this when we get back to the city, when the tour is over or whatever. Now, Jordan does get great news that he and, of course, JJ are going to be splitting plays out there. So he's going to be able to go out there and, of course, play in this game. And those scouts and everything, they'll be out there to watch him one last time, right? So it's great news for him. Now, the bad news, and that's your boy Asher. And it was just very sad. Now, I didn't really like Asher's character like that, this storyline for him this season. I feel like the original season, he was very annoying, but his character was very interesting. His storylines were very interesting at the very beginning of the series. His storyline this time around was not interesting at all. And then on top of that, he gets played. He can't even play in the game, the biggest game of his life. This dude had dreams of playing football. As I told you guys, to me, they're going to probably go the whole coaching route with Asher. He's probably going to be a coach down the line based off what we've been seeing this season. And then we got the return of Eddie Kane Jr. Layla's father. All of a sudden, he wants to pop up to the party. He ain't with the gang, but he want to pop up to the party all of a sudden. Where have you been? You know what I'm saying? You want to pop up all of a sudden, reading notes and stuff. And of course, Carrie wrote this note talking about me and Layla are going to be leaving and all that. You don't have to worry about me no more. Very depressing note, which makes us believe that it's probably about to be over for Layla and Carrie. So of course, he calls and tries to get in contact with Layla, but we know her phone is in the trash can. Now, I don't know about y'all, but why in the hell would she leave her phone? I don't care. That's very important. People don't leave their phone nowadays. It's just not going to happen. Within the first 10 minutes, Layla should have already figured out, oh, I left my phone. You dealing with crazy Carrie. Are you crazy? Like, why would you leave your phone messing with this girl, Layla? Why would you risk doing that? Especially knowing her mental state, you don't know what may happen. But you thought it was a great job or a great idea to leave that phone. I just don't get it. And Coach Montage, of course, was very upset, very emotional. I mean, it makes sense. All the stuff and all the drive that this kid Asher had, and to see him fall and crumble his biggest dreams, it was very sad and emotional, man. Your boy Asher, he lost it. As I said, I didn't really like Asher's storyline this season, but still, the kid did not deserve that, in my opinion. And then we get to the game we've been waiting on for the entire season, and we don't even get to see it. I knew it once it was getting towards the end of the episode that there's no way we're going to be able to see this game. They're going to stretch it out once again because they already stretched out season 3, in my opinion. Then we got to wait to season 4 to finally see this game. I mean, I know most of the stretching out of the season was due to COVID, so it is what it is with that. Also, Coop. This is what the mistake I was talking about she made. Like, why would you go and address Mo, telling her you lost and all that stuff? To me, it makes no sense at all. Coop, just go and stay in Vegas. Get that money. Why come back? This girl is ready to take you out. You know this already. But you want to leave the tour and come to address this lady? Come on. Get real. Like, I don't believe this will ever happen realistically. Especially if you got money on the line. But she's trying to talk to Mo. Mo ain't really trying to listen. Coop gave some good ideas, some good advice on why and what is happening. Of course, Mo doesn't want to hear it. She's so mad at Coop. You know, she's blaming Coop for her brother Tyrone being gone, but it is what it is. She shoots, she fires, and then your boy Preach comes out and shoots Mo, drops her off. Most likely Mo's not going to make it. And then we realize that Coop was shot as well. So Preach is just pissed off. But I'm thinking like, man, Preach, just call 911. You know what I'm saying? You got to call 911 or you got to figure something out. But then again, it was in the moment. I understand. It's just crazy, man, how it ended. We knew something bad was going to happen to Coop all season long. Since the very beginning of the season, the very first episode, we knew Mo was up to something. She plotted and planned. And the crazy part is, as Coop said, you did all this good stuff for the community and you just threw it away. You threw it all away to try to seek revenge. If you was going to shoot Coop and eliminate her, you should have just did that at the very beginning of the season. Why wait to now to do it? You see what I'm saying? Why wait until you do all this good for the community, for the people, and then just throw it all away? Now you're done for. Your whole life is done for because you wanted to seek revenge, which made, no sense because as Coop said, you can't bring your brother back. Plain and simple. Learn from it. You're not the person that you used to be. But hey, I guess you are. And I guess your life is over. But you guys let me know, man, what do you think about this episode? As I said, it was all over the place. I understand that. But one thing for certain was it was very entertaining. A very entertaining episode, in my opinion. I can't wait to see what's going to happen in season 4. Of course, they left us on the cliffhanger. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know who's going to win the game. We don't know if this Coop is going to survive. We don't know what's going to happen with Layla. Of course, Preach helping out Coop. I mean, it's all over the place, right? A lot of different storylines going on. But of course, they did this for a reason because they want us to tune in October to check out season 4. But I want to thank you guys for all the love, all the support you've been showing me for All American. This was my first season recapping All American, and I will return for season 4 as well as All American Homecoming. So thank you guys for all the love, all the support, and I will catch y'all on the next one. But let me get on out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.